In light of it being the second week of 2025, this video shall serve as my official channel update to present what the scheduling is for this year's lineup of videos, while also simultaneously reflecting on videos from 2024 and the progress my channel has made since then. Beginning with my reflections from 2024, by far the best work I have managed to do has by far been my Versus collaboration with Debponic of Luke Skywalker vs. Count Dooku, the Republic analysis that was released during the summer months, and then wrapping it up with my Imperial analysis video on the Galactic Empire. Outside of those, the only other major video that I had created during 2024 had been the memorial in respect of the passing of James Earl Jones, who was mainly known for voice acting both Darth Vader from Star Wars as well as Mufasa from The Lion King. In fact, to rub some salt on Disney's wounds, James Earl Jones' passing was probably the only reason I was even willing to give the Mufasa prequel a chance, just out of respect for him and the role he played in playing this character once upon a time. Spoiler alert though, the movie is still not very good at all. With that out of the way, it leaves some unresolved questions that need answering. For one, I'm sure many of my audiences here are wondering why I was not able to produce in larger quantities. Typically, previous years, I had a habit of producing more videos than the meager 3 to 4 that I had achieved this year. Well, there are a few reasons for this. For one, which is by far my most predominant reason, I simply just don't have the time to mass produce videos as much as I used to. I'm pretty much now near the end of my senior year of college with one last semester to go before entering grad school. Each year has been essentially getting more and more busy than the last. Combining that with my need to increase my finances through a new part-time job, as well as trying to use spare time to keep good connections with friends and family, and my general availability to make videos is limited. Another major reason has been my quality standards changing. While I used to be very content with just making run-of-the-mill weekly-like videos, or even bi-monthly, I am now at a point where any video I produce from here on out, I want to be more purposeful and to make it as high in quality as I can, which so far has proven to be the better model, as both my Republic and Empire videos were ones that took months to make, but at the same time has created much more better turnout and much more engagement with my channel. And, well, if YouTube is going to stay my hobby, community interaction is something that I live for. Leading into my final point, the videos I want to make now are simply videos that are going to take more time to produce, and as a result, I am not going to be able to produce them within as high of quantity. That being said, I am hoping my quality improvements will more than make up for the difference. With all that out of the way from 2024, this is what I have planned going forward with 2025 and what you can expect to see from my channel this year. Beginning with my Versus series, the two major projects I will be tackling this year will be both my Season 1 finale, which has remained a closely guarded secret at the moment and will have a reveal later this year, probably within the next month, as well as my Versus collab with Debponic, which will be composed of Qui-Gon Jinn versus Rom Koda. In case people don't know, Rom Koda is mainly a Jedi Master character from Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and serves as a quasi-mentor character for Starkiller. I will also be preparing the making of multiple Versus videos in relation to Season 2 of my Versus series, which will hopefully improve my overall quality standards while simultaneously exploring new characters that I have not previously covered. Furthermore, I am intending on making another episode with both Debponic and Zexal of Galactic Debate, as this was previously meant to cover the big ideological differences between multiple fictional factions, in the first case being the Republic and the Separatists from the Clone Wars. However, given poor marketing and general editing issues, I feel like the first video failed to live up to the full potential it had, and as such, I would like to give it another shot. Capping off continuous series that I have already started, the Star Wars Analysis series shall continue, with 3 guaranteed videos already being put in production. The first is my final video of the 4 core factions from the movies. This one focusing on specifically the Rebel Alliance, aka the Alliance to Restore the Republic, or simply the Rebels, and discussing the merits of whether or not they were truly a viable revolution group during the Galactic Civil War. My second will serve as a direct remake of the original CIS video, focusing on the Separatists and whether or not they were the good guys, quote-unquote, during the Clone Wars. While my overall opinion of that video has not changed, my analytical format and my general scripting has improved. And to be blunt, my original video was made without a script and mostly improvised work, coming from a lack of faith of this series actually picking up to the degree it did. As such, I believe it would be inappropriate for me to begin a new analysis arc, as I refer to it as, without ensuring the full quality of my first 4 videos, and ensure that the original Separatist analysis video that started this whole series in the first place gets the proper love and attention that it deserves, and puts it up to the same quality standard that both my Republic and Empire analysis videos have reached. My third Star Wars faction analysis video, planned for this year, is currently a mystery, as I have 4 potential candidate options that are left available, and as of right now I am struggling to decide which one I would like to go for. As such, it is possible and even likely that I will leave the 4 options on a poll and allow everyone to determine which one I should make next by majority vote. This decision is also in part out of my desire to improve community interaction on my channel, and to provide you guys a sense of quality videos that you would be interested in watching. For me, all of these videos are going to get made at some point anyways, so it's simply just a matter of trying to figure out which ones I should put on the forefront. As such, I will likely leave a poll up for all of you to determine that, so be on standby for that. Moving on to completely new lines of work that I am in development of, I am planning on creating a couple of movie reviews and reintegrating movie reviews back into my channel, as I used to make really cheap and kind of crappy movie reviews in the past. However, now with my improvements on editing, I would like to give it another go. My first focused movie review will be on the animated movie Transformers 1, as it served as an excellent storyline and probably one of the most unexpected successes of 2024. And of course, by success I mean critical and audience feedback. Unfortunately, it financially really struggled, but given how well the film performed in the eyes of the community, as well as just how masterfully made it was, I feel it would be a disservice not to give it a proper review. On top of that, I'm also a big Transformers fan, so it's a nice bonus. I also intend on making a movie review with Deb Ponick on any of our old favorite sci-fi series. We have been thinking about doing it on Aliens, however, I got to see if he's on board with that or not. I will also be creating a movie review that focuses on Harmony's despecialized edition version of the original Star Wars trilogy. In case anyone doesn't know, this despecialized edition is essentially a manual reconstruction of the film using other modern versions, while simultaneously restoring the original scenes in the theatrical cut and removing the additions made within the special editions, such as CGI, additional dialogue, different scenes, that kind of stuff. Finally, in terms of major reviews, in commemoration of Halo 2 reaching its 20th anniversary, I am going to be taking the liberty to finish what I started so many years ago and finally complete the Halo 2 retrospective. The original starting of the project has been years old, and at this point it would not surprise me if I redo some of the voice work and or create a timestamp to account when I started it versus ended it. However, I believe now is a time that would be appropriate to attempt to finish this review. I had originally planned on releasing it before Halo Infinite, however, because of the delays and setbacks within the production, it never really got to that point, and I essentially gave up on the project for a while. However, given this many years later, and now that I have a very viable excuse, I would like to try to finish the project and release it for all of your enjoyment. On one final note, Deponic and I are intending on completing our review podcast series of Star Wars The Clone Wars this year, and some of the remaining seasons will be covered on my channel while others are placed on his. On top of that, Deponic and I are also intending on making a review podcast of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the classic version, specifically the Rise of the Empire campaign, which covers a clone's perspective during the last few weeks of the Clone Wars, Order 66, and of course, the reign of the Empire itself. There's a lot to cover and unpack with that, and Deponic and I are really looking forward to making that. So far, our plan is to have the review podcast be made in 2 parts, with part 1 covering the Clone Wars leading up to Order 66 and that half of the campaign, while the other half focuses on you being an enforcer as a stormtrooper and us reviewing that part. It's unclear right now who is going to get what part. However, one thing has been agreed upon, which is one part is going to go on Deponic's channel, while the other part goes on my channel. So stay tuned for more information on that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the very first channel update of 2025. I want to be clear with everyone that this is more of a loose roadmap rather than a strict schedule, and some things are subject to change as the year continues depending on how events play out. On top of that, I would also like to give everyone my assurances that some of these large videos will still be met with smaller videos in between, just to kill the time, provide memes, and of course to provide feedback on any kind of major updates going on in the world, especially within movies and games. However, that being said, this is the roadmap for 2025. I hope at least some of the videos are things you guys are looking forward to. I hope this update was very insightful for what I got planned, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you all and really seeing how these videos fare in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please consider giving this a like and subscribing if you haven't done so already, and leave in the comments below what you guys think. Any feedback always helps the channel grow, so, keep doing your stuff. But yeah, guys, I hope you all take care. In the meantime, this is King Orange, signing off. Peace.